Hey guys, I am Ian K, and in this video I am going to be showcasing some budget replacements or budget version of the comp that I showed probably last week, the 120 million comp right here um, with Brogni Geomancer, Riho, Taragi, and Tyrant. So in that video, I've got a ton of comments and questions asking who can I replace? Mostly Riho, but Tyrant as well. So in this video, I'm gonna, I guess, show you guys who I think are the best replacements for Tyrant and Riho. Uh, yeah, Tyrant and Riho, while still maintaining, I guess, the fundamentals of this comp. So I'm going to be replacing two of the legendary champions with two other epics, or three, I would say. But those three epics can be used in combination with each other in any variations. Obviously, there's a best, second best, and the worst version of the comp, which I will show all three just to show how they perform. All right. So yeah, so in this comp, the three main champions will still be the same, Geomancer, Brogni, and Taragi, with pretty much the exact same gear. There will be some changes to the gear since the comp will change. Then we'll replace Tyrant and Riho. All right. So I'll go over the three champions that I think will replace those two right now. So first, I'll just show the core champions. First, we have Geomancer. Oh, sorry, Brogni, which is kind of still in a similar gear. He's in Savage gear. I increased his defense a little bit more since we won't have increased defense in the team anymore. Still about the same speed, 170. He'll be the slowest. I give him some crit rate, crit damage since he needs damage to increase the shield. I would go 100% crit rate on him actually if you can. This is probably not a good idea to go 91% crit rate. All right. So masteries, both Brogni and Geomancer are the exact same masteries. Right here with Giant Slayer. And then I guess some of you wanted to see the gear that I have, so I'll just go over the gear quickly. All right. Then next is Geomancer. Once again, he's still in lifesteal gear, still in about the same stats, 4.5k defense, 47k HP since he'll be taking the stun, 178 speed, and enough accuracy. So just going over the gear. And exact same masteries. Okay, the lastly of the core champion, we'll have Taragi the Frog. So, yep. So this is his masteries, artifacts, stats. So I have to swap him out of Guardian gear into Stalwart gear since in this comp is not gonna, I'll say it out right now, this comp is not gonna last as long and it's not gonna deal as much damage as the previous comp, obviously, since we are replacing them with a budget version, so it's not gonna be the best version of this comp. So I had to replace him into Stalwart gear. So he has about 70k HP, 4.5k defense, again, since we don't have increased defense, with enough speed for the speed tune and enough accuracy. So this is his gear. All right. Now I'll go over the three champions that we will be using as replacements. So the first is Godseeker. So Godseeker Aniri is here mainly to offer one half of what Riho does. So Riho provides healing and she also provides the block debuffs. So what Godseeker does here is that she heals. She has an AoE heal and her A1 AoE, and she increases the heal that your champion does. So her heal is not going to be as good as Riho, obviously, but it still offers some of it. Then her second ability is also to increase buff duration. So she is going to also offer the block debuff that Riho does. So she extends the block debuff. So we have block debuff for both AoEs. AoE, the affinity debuff, sorry, the affinity debuff and the stun, not both AoEs. So she extends block debuff to provide that. Next, we have the new champion, the new epic champion. So some of you may not have this champion, but this is what I found to be the best replacement for this comp, which is Venomage. So what Venomage does is he offers the other half of what Riho does, which is the decreased defense and the decreased attack. So he is able to provide it at 100% chance, so similar to Riho, and he also provides some poisons for more damage and a heal reduction that is relevant for the passive. So the passive reduces damage inflicted by 15%, so it's kind of similar to what Tyrant does, a little bit more. So they have that as well. Artifacts, so I built him with some defense attack since he's going to be attacking as well, enough speed, crit rate, crit damage, and enough accuracy. So this is his stats, sorry, his gear. Masteries, we have the same, the standard clan boss mastery. So a lot of my champions will have this exact same masteries. If you're not a Giant Slayer user, you're Wall Master, you're going to have this masteries for all the champions. All right, and last but not least, we have Rearguard Sergeant. So Rearguard will be the secondary ally protection champion. So this is her stats. She has 47k, 48k HP, 4.5k defense, speed, crit rate, crit damage, and accuracy. So what Rearguard does is also offer, I guess, as a additional top up to the heal that Godseeker does. So her ally protection also has a continuous heal, so she offers the top up heal that Godseeker is not able to provide. She has the decreased attack on her A3, decreased defense on her A1. So she also provides decreased defense and decreased attack, but the problem is that her debuffs are not 100%. So you can see here it's only 75% chance and her A1 is only 50% chance. So it's not reliable at all. So I guess just as sneak peek, she is going to be part of the worst variation of this comp, mainly because the debuffs are not 100%. All right, so those are the three champions that I used. Um, Again, exact same masteries. So I'm gonna show, I guess, how they perform. So I had taken pre-recorded runs of this team. So I'll just show what it would look like. Oh, I don't have clan boss keys. Okay, so never mind. I'll just show the videos. So this is the first variation of this comp, which is the best variation, which is using the exact same three champion with Venomage and Godseeker. So setup is pretty much exactly the same, where we are just going one to one, replacing ally protection. So this comp only has one ally protection. So um, Toragi is the only ally protector, which was why he was in Stalwart. Venomage will place decreased defense, decreased attack right before AoE 1, and then the run will go. So I can just fast forward the run a little bit. I will have the setups in the description below, so you can take a look at the description for the stats that I use and the rotation that I use. But now I'll just show the setup phase. Then once yep, it's just a 3-turn manual, and now it's auto already. So I'll just quickly go over the run. So it's gonna run the same rotation. We have shields. The clan boss is going to hit into the shields. Brogni will reflect, and then Geomancer will also do his reflect. Right? So there we're turn 25, 20M, 20 million damage. Turn 40, we're doing 38 million. We're still pretty healthy. Turn 50, 50 million. So the health are starting to go down now. Yep, Taragi is taking a lot of damage. We're in turn 60, still relatively healthy, still going strong. So we're approaching turn 70 now. I think the run is going to end shortly, so I'll just let it run for a bit. Oh, the HP burn got resisted there. Let's see if that affected. Okay, it didn't affect it, but you can see Toragi is starting to die now. And without the healing, Godseeker does not provide enough healing on her own, so she's not able to top up enough health. So Toragi will be dying shortly. Yep. Geomancer is also almost dead, so yeah, the run is going to be ending soon. Yep, Toragi is dead. Yeah, the run will be ending. All right, so there you have it. So this is the best version of this comp, budget version, the best budget version of this Brogni Geomancer Taragi combo. So we have Godseeker doing about almost 6 million, Venomage about 11.5, Brogni 22, Geomancer 25, Taragi about 9 million. So this team was still able to one key, but obviously keep in mind it's the same with the my best comp as well. This comp is being done on the best affinity, which is Spirit. So in this exact comp, I'm doing this much damage only on Spirit. On Magic Affinity, this comp uh, does about 70 plus million as well, so it's still a one key. But on Force, this is where this comp performs the worst. So it's not able to one key, it does about two key on Force Affinity. Same with this comp. So this comp performed the best on Spirit, and it barely one keyed. So on other affinities, don't expect it to one key. It'll probably two key or maybe even three key on the worst affinity. But yeah, so this is the champion, I guess the budget version, the best budget version of this comp. Now I'll go to the second version of this comp. So the second best version is Venomage and Rearguard. So now we are adding in double ally protection instead of Godseeker's to extension. So double ally protection with Venomage for a guaranteed decreased defense and weaken. And Rearguard offers the healing as well that Godseeker was supposed to give, but the healing is not nearly enough. But yeah, I'll just go over the run quickly. Again, it's a similar setup, but this time we'll have Taragi using his ally protection on AoE 1, and then on AoE 2, um, Rearguard Sergeant will take over the ally protection. So it's the same double ally protection concept. Again, there'll be a 3-turn manual before it goes to auto. So the important thing to point out here is that Rearguard and Geomancer are both Force Affinity, and being a Force Affinity as an ally protection is pretty rough since she will be taking a lot more damage. And the other aspect is, if you noticed before, I had Rearguard in Lifesteal gear, so she has to be able to heal enough so that she won't be taking the stun instead of Geomancer. So if she has like much lower health than Geomancer, she's not able to heal enough, she will take the stun instead of Geomancer. So it's important to give her lifesteal. And you'll see at the later rounds, towards the end, where this run ends because Rearguard took the stun. So in the later rounds, if she gets weak hit, she doesn't get the lifesteal enough, she will not have enough health and she will take the stun and die. And that's where the run kind of breaks apart. All right, so you can start seeing it's the same rotation, same concept. Reflect from Geomancer, reflect from Brogni. Yep, so I'll just skip ahead. Yeah, turn 15 now, about 10 million, 11 million damage. Turn 25, so we're not doing as much damage. Okay. So we're approaching turn 40, reaching 35 million. You're in turn 50 now. I'm not sure what was that like. Okay, turn 50, turn 56. So you can see that's where she needs to be able to heal to full, or else if she was at half health right there, she will take the stun instead of Geomancer. Okay, so we're at turn 60, 56 million. Okay, not sure. Okay, now she's at half health. She needs to heal herself back, but she got weak hit there, so she didn't heal herself. Then I think she's going to be taking the stun right there. So she didn't heal to full, so she got the stun instead of Geomancer. So that's where the run ended. Maybe if she healed to full right there, Geomancer would have taken the stun. The run could have lasted a few more rounds. I don't think it will be able to reach a 1 key, but yeah. So this is kind of the limit of this comp. But everyone is starting to die anyway, so yeah, it probably won't get a 1 key. Geomancer still clinging to life, and then he goes down. Alright, so we lasted almost 69, almost 70 turns, and yeah, this is how the team performed. So 62 million, Rearguard not doing any damage at all, Venomage, Brogni, Taragi, and Geomancer. So this is the second best comp that I've able to come up with. So using Venomage and Rearguard together. Last but not least, this will be the worst variation of this comp. So now we'll be taking out Venomage. We'll have Godseeker and Rearguard. So without Venomage, we will not have the 100% chance to place the debuffs anymore. So we won't have a 100% attack down, 100% weaken, 100% decreased defense. So damage will suffer as well as our survivability. At any point, if at the later rounds, if we don't place decreased attack, the team will just fail. Yeah, so I'll just show the run. The setup is again pretty similar. Just setting up their the skill rotations properly. And it should be auto soon. Yep, it's auto. So about two turns of manual before it hits auto. So yeah, again, it's the same concept, exact same uh, team here. Reflex, shield, that's it. So I'll skip ahead. So in turns 13, we're doing 7 million. So it's about half a million per turn. Yeah, so as you can see, there's no decreased defense, no decreased attack. And then also to add the rear guard weak hits. So weak hits also makes it even harder to land debuffs. Mm, see, turn 25, we're doing 16 million. The damage is ramping up a little bit. Turn 30, so you're approaching turn 40 now, 27 million. So we're doing more than half right now. So we've approached the 3 key territory, so this team still is able to perform well enough to get the 3 key. It's surviving pretty well as well, reaching turn 40, turn 45, 33 million. I think we'll be able to get the 2 key maybe. Oh, Rearguard got down right there. It's because you can see once again decrease attack did not land. So as soon as decrease attack does not land, your team just dies. Oh, we have revive. It's not turn 50 yet, so but the rotation will be off now. Oh, she took the stun anyway. I'll revive again. But again, there's no decrease attack, so they will die again right there. Okay, right on the turn 50. I mean, we did reach a 2 key, but yeah, it is not a very safe 2 key. So yeah, so this is the worst version of this comp. We don't have a guaranteed decrease attack, decrease defense, our damage will suffer, as well as our survivability. As soon as the decrease attack doesn't land, our team just starts to fall apart. But it's still 2 key. I honestly, if you don't have the other champions, you only have like this combination to build this team, I probably wouldn't build it. Because keep in mind, this is the like the worst version of this team, and I'm also using like my end game level gear to build this champion. So if you are not end game, you probably have a better team. But if you're early game, you have these champions, your gear is probably not up to par, so you might not be able to perform as well. I don't know, maybe you might be able to get a 4 key Ultra Nightmare, but yeah, that is something to consider. But if you have the other champions, then uh, I'll definitely suggest building the team, but not this version. All right. Yeah, so those are the 3 budget versions of the team that I showed before, the Brogni Geomancer Taragi combo. Yeah, let me know if you have any comments or questions, or if you have any suggestions on what other champions you think can work, because I did have some, I guess, feedback from the other videos offering suggestions for replacements, and I definitely read my comments. And if you've seen my comment section, I try to answer every single questions that I see. All right, thank you for watching. Goodbye.